Introduction. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Silence this upcoming call. ಗುರು ನಂಬರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ upload your post to Swasthri. Hello. Good evening. I thank my friend Mr. Gururaj and the Swasthri Academy for providing me this opportunity to share my thoughts about Pandit Bhimsen Ji. And this is also a wonderful coincidence that this inaugural concert of the birth centenary celebration of Pandit Ji is also in sync with the World Music Day. We had a contemplation that what should be the topic when we talk about Pandit Ji. What can we speak about him? He is an universally known phenomenon. Can we talk about his music, his upbringing, his personality, his contribution? It can go on and on and on. But we thought we'll select few segments of his personality and try to highlight it. Bhimsen Joshi's father, Gururaj Acharya, was a Sanskrit scholar and a school teacher. But when suddenly his son fled the house, he left the house unannounced in search of a guru. The whole family was in a kind of quandary. So they were searching what to do, how to go about it. If we seriously observe within our own circles, like at least 4 to 6 families in or around circles, close family circles, will find one or the other person will have left the family for whatever reason, for whatever pursuit, but not all of them have become Bharata Ratnas at the end of the day. I can give you some examples of people like Pandit Bhimsen Ji himself went in search of the voice, the guru, and he learned from various teachers till he came back to Pandit Savai Gandharva. And one fine day, with his dedication and research and perseverance, he became a Bharata Ratna in the world of music. Milkha Singh, whom we unfortunately lost very recently, 2 times Olympian, he started running to save his life, but one fine day he ran and he became a glorious athlete. He held the country's flag aloft. And one Abib Bekila, who was the bodyguard of Ethiopian king, he kept running, and twice he conquered the marathon race and won the medal and pride for the country. So a few examples of how people left the house, ran away, but brought glory to the whole world, to the family, to themselves, and contributed so much to the society. Pandit Ji, when he was learning from Savai Gandharva Ji, so I would like to highlight his stay with the Guru. Pandit Savai Gandharva, who was a very, very strict teacher, would expect his students to be very, very punctual, and also he would assign some household chores to the family members. So Pandit Bhimsen Ji, the young Bhimsen's job was to bring water to Guru's house in a small village at Kundugod near Gadag. So Bhimsen Ji had to go to two different wells to bring water. One well, the water would be brought to clean the cloths and the house, and another well in the opposite direction. He has to go and bring water for drinking. It used to be such that Pandit Ji complained, Bhimsen Ji complained, not that his guru made him bring water, but he complained that the size of the pots were very small. If the size of the pots were bigger, he could make lesser trips and he can dedicate the same time for his learning. So that's the insights he had about his learning. With his total dedication, perseverance, and his guru's blessings, he became a wonderful performer. And after having established himself as a wonderful performer, Bhimsen Ji had the clear vision to take a kind of sabbatical. उसका मतलब यह है कि हम और 2 साल कॉन्सर्ट सर्किट में बिजी नहीं रहेंगे. He wouldn't want to be busy. He wouldn't want to be busy in the concert circuit. He will take only 1 concert a month to sustain his family. Then the rest of the time in the month, he would go to different artists, listen to them, listen to their riyaz, listen to their taaleem, and interact with them and enhance his knowledge. That was his quest for learning. Then as a performer, I don't have to say much about it. He conquered the entire music scenario. He ruled the music scenario for close to 60-65 years. He left an indelible impact on the heart and soul of listeners, the organizers. I would say that almost every contemporary musician and the younger generation musicians were definitely inspired, and some of them were also took to his some gaiki angs. So they would be definitely inspired to emulate few things from his gaiki. Such was his gaiki. As a teacher, Pandit Ji had categorized 4 different types of disciples. I had the privilege of meeting many times and submitting myself to him, went to an audition. Then I went to his student Madhavgudi as recommended by him and learned from him and went back to him. So during the course of these discussions, he would say that Nagaraj, I have 4 kinds of disciples. See, the first disciple is the postcard disciple, he would say. So somebody would send a greeting card to Panditji's birthday, wishing him, and Panditji would reply, blessing him back, and he would show that the person who received the letter would show that to his friends and say, I belong to his tradition, I am his disciple, he has blessed me. So he would be the postcard disciple. The second category was cassette disciples. A lot of people would listen to Panditji's cassettes and CDs, of course, nowadays, and they would imitate him. They would blindly imitate his gaiki. They would not know why they are singing like that. What is the proportion of Gandhar and Nishad in Yaman? Or what is the proportion of Tirul Madhyam and Shuddha in Puriya? But they will just blindly follow him. So he would call them as cassette disciples. The third category was Tanpura disciples. Panditji would identify some people to play Tanpura for him in different parts of the city. If he would go to Kolkata, some people would play Tanpura with him. If he would go to Mumbai, another set of people like that. So he would call them as Tanpura disciples. They would have enormous respect for Panditji, that apart. Whatever little they could hear while playing Tanpura with him, they would imbibe and emulate and imitate. The fourth and the genuine category of disciples that he would quote was Ganda Bandh Sishya. One who became officially his disciple, stayed with him in the true Gurukula order, learned from him and withstood the test, the rigor of his upbringing and training. Incidentally, Pandit Madhavgudi, from whom I learned, he belonged to that fourth category and the genuine category of disciples. Therefore, I could get an insight into Panditji's Gaiki and keep it aloft and keep the tradition going. So, as a guru, Panditji has contributed so much. Through his disciples, his whole tradition has been kept alive. And he would say that किराना घराना हमारा तो किरानी दुकान है. इसका मतलब यह है कि यहाँ हर चीज मिलता है. All things are available here. So he would say, I don't get confined to any particular gharana. I will go to Kesarabai Kerkar's Gaiki and listen to her Tankari and imbibe those things, assimilate those things in my Gaiki. So like that, Panditji, after learning from Savai Gandharva, he would incorporate so many beautiful elements of other Gaiki, other Gharanas, other great artists, and make his Gaiki a very, very beautiful and a complete one. So therefore, his music would appeal right from a common man to the scholar. To the extent that, just to give an example of his passion for learning, his honesty about music. Excuse me. So Panditji attended a concert in Kerala. So wherein he was requested to sing Rag Jog. So it was Panditji was in his early 50s by the time. He had become very famous and all awards and everything were already there in his pocket. So somebody requested him to sing Rag Jog, and he made a public announcement saying that, yes, my dear sir, I would appreciate your request. I wish I could have sung Rag Jog, but well, I have not been properly trained to sing Rag Jog, so I would not like to give a hodgepodge presentation. So instead, I will sing some other raga this time. And hopefully, if I'm invited for the same festival again, I'll come prepared to sing Rag Jog. That's the kind of honesty he displayed on stage. So it so happened that incidentally, Panditji was invited to the same festival once again, and he made an announcement himself. When I was invited last time, somebody requested me to sing Rag Jog. So a year passed since then. So I have come prepared to sing that raga. So he had gone to a teacher, learned that raga, methodically presented it. So such was his honesty. So therefore, his music became such an immortal piece of art globally, not just for us. I can go on giving very many anecdotes about his personality. In fact, Pandit Rajiv Taranath, one of our sarod players from Karnataka, pride of Karnataka, once he was going to Delhi via Pune, and he had around 10 hours gap between two trains. So when he alighted at Pune, he gave a call to Pandit Bhimsenji's house, the landline phones those days. So he wanted to make sure that if he was there, he would go and seek his blessings. So he incidentally called, Gurule, maneliddere tavu, sir, if you are home, we would like to come and see you and seek your blessings. He said, Are, aa jaiye, hum ghar mein, please come. So Dr. Rajiv Taranath came out of the railway station and goes to auto rickshaw driver. And he will say, I have to go to Bhimsen Joshi's house, I will get you the address. The rickshaw driver said, No, sir, I know Panditji's house, don't worry, I will take you to his house. So, Pandit Bhimsenji was such a popular artist, not only among classical musicians or organizers, but even a rickshaw driver would know who he was. Because Pandit Bhimsenji is a kind of epitome of Maharashtrian devotional music also. Whenever you walk into any temple in Maharashtra, the abhangs of those days, they are immortal in his voice. So this episode does not end there. When Bhimsenji, when Rajiv Taranath came to Bhimsenji's house, he got off the auto rickshaw and wanted to pay the auto rickshaw driver, looking at the meter, and the auto rickshaw driver got very worried about it. Sir, what do you think? What do you think that you are the only rich man here? You want to pay me for this service? No, sir, I am sorry. Pandit Bhimsen Ji is the pride of my nation, pride of my country. I listen to his music every day. I have come here to seek his blessings and not to take any money for the service that I have offered. I will take his blessings and go away. So this is the kind of service that he rendered to the world of music. Thank you for listening to my small, I won't call it as a lecture, sharing my thoughts about the great musician that we have interacted with. We're extremely happy to have seen him, learned from him, carrying on the tradition, and would like to serve all of you if and when called. Thank you very much. Namaskar everybody. Swarashri Music Academy, Bangalore, led by my dear friend J.R. Gururaj, who is an organizer, singer and a music enthusiast. We all invite you for this evening of classical music to commemorate the birth centenary of the legendary Guru Pandit Bhimsen Joshi. This also happens to be the 21st June, which also corroborates with World Music Day and World Yoga Day. Well, we call music as Nada Yoga, and Panditji lived as a Nada Tapasvi, Nada Yogi. It's a wonderful coincidence. So join us for this evening. We're starting with Rag Puryadhanashri.
Pa पायलिया जनकार मोरे पायलिया जनकार जनन जनन बाजे जनकार जनन जनन बाजे जनकार पायलिया जनकार मोरे पायलिया 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 जनकार पिया समझाऊं समझत ना पिया समझाऊं समझत ना पिया समझाऊं समझत ना पिया समझाऊं समझत ना सास ननद मोरे देवी सास ननद मोरे देवी पायलिया जनकार मोरे पायलिया जनकार पायलिया जनकार मोरे पायलिया जनकार पायलिया जनकार पायलिया जनकार पायलिया जनकार पायलिया जनकार पिया समझाऊं पिया समझाऊं समझत ना पिया समझाऊं समझत ना सास ननद मोरे देवी गौरी पायलिया जनकार मोरे पायलिया जनकार पायलिया जनकार पायलिया जनकार मोरे पायलिया जनकार मोरे पायलिया जनकार पायलिया जनकार मोरे जनन जनन बाजे जनकार जनन जनन बाजे जनकार पायलिया पायलिया पायलिया